What's going on, guys? Hey, welcome to This Trick is Sick this week. Your host, Dave Palmer here, trying to get the rest of this LS Series engine build together and get you guys taken care of on all this. This episode, we're going to continue our build here on the 5.3, the little LS style motor for my wife. We're going to put in the lifters, the lifter holding trays, and we're going to go ahead and slide the cam in. If we got time, we'll go ahead and do the timing chain and a few things like that, but I don't know if we're going to have time to mess with that. I've been working a lot of late hours on some other cars and just trying to get those taken care of as well. So we're gonna get you guys taken care of. We're gonna show you some tips and tricks, and give a shout out to Kevin Blumenthal over there in Oklahoma City. Summit Racing, MMA Max, Brian Foster, got J&H Tire, Pete's Machine Shop, and the Ampco boys. So also got some new sponsors, the Cheetah Race Engine and Development. So thank you guys over there, and we just want you guys to know that to stay tuned, make sure to subscribe and hit like, and remember, post some comments on future ideas on these engines to be eligible to do those to win that new LS motor. So now remember, we'll be giving that thing away here in a few weeks, so you guys need to make sure to fulfill all three of those requirements. Be a subscriber, make sure you comment, and you have to watch all the series of this LS build. So been getting a lot of comments on trying to do another engine build. It'll probably be with the old school engines, so we'll be starting that here real soon. So, and also some drag racing tips and whatnot. So, but we're going to get on to the engine, and we're going to show you guys some tips and tricks how to get these lifters in and the cam. So thanks, guys. Alright, get all this stuff kind of situated here to show you what's kind of going on. Now your lifters, we're going with a hydraulic style or solid or whatever you may want to do. We like to soak ours in just basic standard engine oil. We're going to go with a hydraulic roller that's kind of stock, and we're going to go with comp. If you notice, we like to use comp stuff, and it's always did us good. And we order it either through Jegs or mainly Summit Racing. So now, I highly recommend a little tip and trick here that you go ahead and you order some of these new lifter holders. Okay, this is the LS style engine, Summit model number 150132-4, and they're only like 20-30 bucks, and it holds your lifters. So you'll take your stock style lifter and they'll clip in just like that, and there'll be 4 on one of these. So say they're pretty cut and dry. You'll put 2 more right here, and once you get them clipped in, then you just slide them right here into your block and you put 1 bolt in. So pretty cut and dry, pretty easy. And I put a little bit of thread locker on that bolt, and I think I tore like 10 to 15 pounds, or just by hand, nice and snug. So pretty cut and dry there. We're going with a hydraulic roller cam here, and I'm not going to give out all my model numbers for this because I have custom grains. I highly recommend that you call Comp themselves and tell them what you're going to do. They're going to ask you a lot of questions like your launch and the weight of your car and what you intend to come off the line on, you know, what RPM, your cubic inch. They're going to ask you tons of questions, and they're going to custom grind you a cam. I've always had a really good luck with a custom grain. So this is a custom grain for us. Let's just say it's well over 650 on the lift. So I don't want to give too much more information than that. And we're going with a nitrous cam here because we're probably going to be running nitrous on this motor. So, but we are going hydraulic because I don't really want adjustments there at the races. I want her to be able to, believe it or not, be able to drive this through the parade or not have to be adjusting, you know, solid lift. So, I highly recommend doing that. But also a little tip and trick, and I'll go ahead and pull these out. You also need to keep in mind that 2004 and newer engines, you have to put the lifters and the cam, they really need to go in before you put the heads on. And the main reason why is that the heads on those newer style don't have the cutout where you could slide these through. So the 2003 and older LS style heads, you can put the lifters in these little holders, and you can go ahead and put the heads on, and these will actually fit through the heads. So they'll just fit through the heads. There'll be a big cutout in the heads. But the newer style of heads, Cathedral Port heads 2004 and newer, they're not cut out right here. So you got to put these things on, and then the head goes over. So you got to make sure that you do that before you put the head gasket and the heads on. So this one's actually, I think, a 2005 or 6 motor, 8, it's something like that. It's a newer style motor, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop our lifters in. And before you do the lifters, I go ahead and I put assembly lube down here where the lifters are. Even though I got them oiled, I just love tons of break-in oil and lube. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and slide these in. I'll put a little bit of thread locker, and I'll tighten these down right here. But right before I do that, I'll lube my cam up. And you want to make sure to be very careful and don't beat your cam up as you're shoving it through where your cam goes. So we'll lube up all where the main bearings go and where the cam slides through. We're going to lube that up with our comp lube, break-in lube, our assembly lube. I use it as well on this, and we'll slide it in. Then I'll put my lifters right here, my hydraulic lifters, into the holder. I will lube these up. I will put this on, and then I'll put my bolt in and tighten it down, and I'll so on and so forth. And then we'll be ready to, do our head gasket and our heads. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to get our cam installed, and then we'll start setting these in. So you guys follow along and just watch the show. All right, thanks guys. Alright guys, well that's pretty cut and dry. Pretty much lubed up the cam, slid the cam in. Remember this is a hydraulic nitrous cam. Put our hydraulic rollers on the end of the little holders there. Now remember, if you got a racing style solid lift or anything that's really aftermarket, it's going to look different than this. So this is going to be, like I said, this is more of a budget build, and a lot of the components are going to be stock appearing. So, but they snapped in. We put our trays in, bolted down. Right now, I would probably go ahead and put the cover plate here and a little gasket, but right now I'm having a little bit of trouble finding that plate, so I gotta find it. But we'll get that plate put on so that we can go ahead and put our double roller timing chain. So we're gonna go with a comp on it, but that'll be a later episode. I know this one's a little bit short and sweet, but I'm gonna go ahead and post back to back the heads. So it's gonna show the head gasket, putting the heads on, and getting that together, so you guys won't have to wait a whole week on that. So we'll post this along with our head video so that you can see that we go ahead and put the head gaskets on, then we'll put the heads on, so that way you're not waiting on everything. But anyways, I want to give a shout out to my sponsors again: Kevin Blumenthal, they're in Oklahoma City, Summit Racing, MMA Max, J&H Tire, the Ampco boys, Pete's Machine Shop in Muskogee, Oklahoma, David over there, giving everybody a shout out. So thank you guys again for tuning in. If you got any questions, please make a comment or a post. I'll try to get to it as soon as I can. Other than that, we're going to keep with this build series and just keep following along, and I'll try to answer everything the best I can. So God bless. Thank you guys for tuning in, and stay tuned for some good and some great information on these engines. So thanks again, guys. Have a good one. God bless.